Hey guys, welcome back to TTMR. We're back with me and Sean, and today we will be reviewing Fullmetal Alchemist: The Revenge of Scar, directed by Fumihiko Sori, best known for his work on the first live-action Fullmetal movie and the movie Ping Pong.
Fullmetal Alchemist: The Revenge of Scar is the newest movie in the FMA franchise, released only days ago. Scar, who is the surviving Ishvalan from a war where his people were massacred by the hands of state alchemists, seeks revenge for the pain and suffering that they have caused him and his people by killing state alchemists. Our main characters, Edward Elric and his brother, Alphonse Elric, have to stop Scar before he can kill all of the state alchemists and complete his revenge.
Being a longtime Fullmetal fan, I was very excited to watch this movie, especially due to the fact that Scar is the main antagonist. Now, I know that the first one isn't great, so I wasn't going in looking to be wowed by anything, but there were actually some scenes that did wow me. The flashbacks were extremely satisfying to watch, and they stripped a lot of scenes straight from the anime, which I absolutely adore. One example of this is the scene where everybody is inside the stomach of Gluttony. Now, I know they had no real way to change this scene, as it's a really important part of the story, but it still looks cool as hell, and I'm really happy that they didn't find a way to change it. This movie is also just really fun to watch. Even if you don't know what Fullmetal is, it's a fun movie to watch with your friends to pass some time. We watched it dubbed at first, but quickly moved on to Japanese with subtitles, and that's exactly how I'd recommend anyone else to watch the film.
To be completely honest, I have a lot of mixed feelings towards this movie, since for most of it, the quality seems to go back and forth during the watch. I personally think that this movie handles pretty well when it tries to do something with a darker tone or something emotional. When it does this, it really completely changes my view for the movie, at least until that scene is concluded, that is. I think that the flashback scenes are the best example of this, since I was absolutely captivated in pretty much every one, which I felt was missing in many of the other scenes. When the film tried to be something funny or goofy, it usually felt like it was either trying too hard or was just too much. Going back to the flashback scenes, even the general cinematography seemed to completely skyrocket, and made me feel genuine emotions. Overall, I had difficulty really deciding where I stood for this movie because of the fluctuating quality clearly present throughout the film.
Like I said earlier, the scenes that are taken straight from the anime are probably my favorite part of this movie. However, there are still some really good qualities to this film. The characters aren't done terribly, and I actually quite like them. Scar probably being my favorite of the bunch, with Lin and Al being close behind. And speaking of Al, damn, his suit looks amazing. And lastly, I really love the CGI. I mean, the CGI was actually really impressive. Some examples of this being when Gluttony opened up his stomach to eat Lin, Ed, and Envy, the fire that Mustang uses, and all of the electricity from Scar using his abilities.
This movie was probably one of, if not the most difficult film for us to rate, since both Max and I alike have mixed feelings about this movie, which have been discussed previously. We both recognize that this movie has its moments, but overall it just isn't that great. It's because of this that Max and I have decided to rate this movie with a 6.5 out of 10, which of course combines in order to provide us with the overall score for the film being 65%. I think that this score, although it's pretty low, does represent the movie quite well, since it shows very clearly that the film has issues in it, but it doesn't necessarily mean that there's nothing good about it. Personally, I feel like really only those who have been really hyped about this movie or just big fans of the franchise should really go see this movie, and isn't really something for everyone.
Overall, this movie is filled with great CGI and well done emotional scenes, but it still cannot tell the amazing story that the anime and manga were able to. This film definitely is not anything amazing, but it's not something that I don't recommend. It's a fun watch overall, even with its downsides. If you like Fullmetal, this movie most likely will be disappointing for you, but if you go in not expecting much, you could actually have a really fun time watching it.
So, with that being said, that has been our review of Fullmetal Alchemist: The Revenge of Scar. Remember that this is just our opinion, so you don't necessarily have to believe everything that's said here. Come back soon for more reviews or browse existing ones on the channel.
Make sure to check out our Twitter for sneak peeks and updates on future projects. We hope you all have an amazing rest of your day, and if you enjoyed, you could like or subscribe to help us out. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great day.